As we call time on 2016, Citytv takes a look back at all the best things to happen on and off the pitch that made us scream, laugh and cry. And who better to review these unforgettable moments than the now famous passengers of Pep's taxi, Citytv's most successful video of the year. Take it away, guys.
Thought the women's season was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it, eh?
The women's double, it was a massive achievement because I feel like Manchester City Women's Football Club is one of the biggest in the world.
It's scrambled clear as far as Scott! And there is the second goal.
They went unbeaten and obviously they're through to the quarters of the Champions League, so it's massive, yeah. Biggest attendances as well in women's football. It's brilliant for the whole club.
Now they are the 2016 WSL Continental Cup winners. A second piece of silverware at the end of a truly outstanding season.
Every game against United, home, away, cup, league, it's just life and death to many supporters.
I've got a really bad record at Old Trafford, so I said when we drew the last time I was there, I just said, look, that's it, I'm not going to Old Trafford again. I actually got a ticket for the derby and passed it on.
It's Old Trafford this afternoon as the league's biggest rivals go head-to-head in a heavyweight clash.
The way I see that is it's the unstoppable force against the immovable object, and I'm just so happy that we are the unstoppable force.
That game in particular, going against Mourinho, he's such a character himself that getting one over him must be a good thing. And as a City fan, seeing that, you can just see him sat there not knowing what to do.
Little flick on from Iheanacho. Kevin De Bruyne's throw on goal. Kevin De Bruyne scores! City lead through Kevin De Bruyne.
Kelechi's, in the context of the game, you're sitting there thinking, well, we're winning 1-0 and it should be 3 or 4. But he does what every forward should do. Sticks it in and then wonders whether he's offside. So that was brilliant.
My boys sitting next to me and say, why, Daddy, you shouting that so loud? And they say, why are you so excited? I say, yes, the cities, we go ahead, we're ahead.
It was nerve-wracking because when Zlatan pulled one back for United, I was like, no!
Manchester City take their 50th competitive win in the Manchester derby.
There's no better feeling for me than beating them.
It just erupted, yeah, the place erupted. And I remember the players walking over and just that, even that little tiny thing, the players coming over, you feel that connection between the whole club.
I was singing with the fans, putting my hands up in the air, cheering, singing along. When I got home, I couldn't speak. I lost my voice.
The tradition is, and we always do this, we beat United, we have a bottle of champagne, and then I write the score and the date on the bottle and we keep the bottles. And I've got all the bottles of champagne back to about 1989. There wasn't a lot of champagne in the 90s, let me tell you.
We're going to get the best manager in the world.
Please welcome your manager, Pep Guardiola!
I just thought his enthusiasm was infectious. You know, he wasn't. You know, a lot of press conferences and a lot of launches. You just kind of people going, yeah, I'm really pleased to be here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. With Pep, he was, you know, rowling the crowd up, and he was like, we're gonna win stuff. I'm here to win. Come on, and it was infectious. It really was.
I cannot do that alone, so I need the players, the staff, but obviously we need our fans. Without that, it's impossible.
I thought he conducted himself on that first day unbelievably well. Astonished by his level of English, but what a charming man with everyone on that opening day.
so enthusiastic. I've watched him in training. The enthusiasm rubs off on everybody else. It's just like a breath of fresh air.
I would just like to say in regards to the badge, I think as a brand it's brilliant, and I think it actually represents us as in Manchester. As soon as you see it, you see Manchester.
I didn't like it at first, but I quite like it now. As me and my family say, it's a grower.
FC Barcelona.
Manchester City.
Before we have the draw with the Barcelona in the Champions League group, I think, oh no, again.
Something just felt a little bit different. I said to my dad, I was like, I actually fancy us. I won't say it out loud because people might laugh at me.
That is a night, one of the big nights to remember, I think, for a long, long time for all City fans. You know where you get special nights? That certainly was one of them.
And to be honest with you, even when they went behind, even when Messi scored, I wasn't thinking, oh, here we go again. I just had a sneaky feeling that it was going to be, as I say, our turn.
But then, as soon as Gundogan equalised, then we came out in the second half and we could have put 6 past Barca. It was, you know, played really well. I sit just behind that, and it was like a bit like a penalty, you know, you can't watch. I just had a feeling he was going to score, and he did. And then I've never hugged so many strangers. Everyone was hugging each other.
Distance from the free kick. De Bruyne gets it over the wall and scores! City are in front.
And it was almost like time stood still. I can just remember it going past the goalie, and it was like it was in before it sort of as soon as he'd left his foot.
In the aftermath of the game in Barcelona, salesman in Barcelona, certainly on Las Ramblas, was telling us how lucky we were just to lose 4-0 and what they weren't going to do to us when they came to Manchester. I thought of all those chaps when the third one went in. It was absolutely brilliant.
It's fallen to Gundogan, it's his second! 3-1 to City!
We can beat Barcelona, we can beat any other teams. There's no doubt of that.
Me and my dad was at the bar finishing our drinks. We missed the goal.
Waits for Fernandinho, who scores! The deadlock is broken. It's Fernandinho with the goal, set up by Aguero.
So you're nervous, and when it got to the kind of those closing stages and you're like, what's going to happen? Is it going to be typical City, or are they going to let it go in the last few minutes? How's it going to play out?
We should have been, again, 2 or 3 up. We should have won. And then it goes to 1-1, and extra time, to be honest with you, was a bit squeaky.
Milner keeps the play alive, ball headed down, reflex save from Caballero.
What was brilliant was he changed his tactics, so he's done the big dive on the first one, and then I thought he was outstanding in the way that he waited and waited and waited, and then let them make the decision.
Coutinho tried to fool him by stopping. He went to jump, but he stopped, and he still saved it. It was an outstanding performance.
That final one, yeah, it's just still a memory of your heart's in your mouth for those few seconds, and you're like...
And he gets his hand to another one. He has now saved 3 in a row.
The sense of relief when we finally had won it, and it was like, yes, this is ours. It was kind of like, it was brilliant. It overtakes everything, that you forget about anything else, and for those few minutes you go, my team, just watching your team win, and when they lift the trophy, it's amazing.
Willy Caballero, the hero.
Yaya starts to run off, but Willy knows he is the hero, and Willy goes, and wags his finger. And I think there's one other player runs after Yaya, but the big mob bombs Willy, and rightly so, let me tell you.
Bonnie put Willy on his shoulders, didn't he? Where he went to the corner and Caballero was crying, and Bonnie was like, yeah!
All City fans, you've been it for probably all your life, and some footballers, they don't. They travel from club to club, some of them, but when you get those moments where you see players kissing the badge or celebrating like that, it's just a special moment for me because I go, they're a City player. That's what it means to be a City player, yeah. And everyone's a fan of the club at that minute, including the players.